Okay, picture this. It's 2 in the morning, you're asleep, the house is completely dark, but your computer, it's wide awake.
And it's not just awake, it's doing things, it's acting.
Exactly. It's not just, running an update, it's actively applying for jobs for you, customizing cover letters, the whole deal.
And at the same time, it could be negotiating with other bots on some private social network to optimize your schedule.
Or swiping right for you on dating apps, checking on your 3D print to make sure it hasn't failed. It sounds like sci-fi.
It really does. But it's pretty much the reality of the ecosystem we're diving into today.
Today, we are going deep on the OpenClaw ecosystem. Specifically, we're unpacking this massive and kind of chaotic GitHub repository called Awesome OpenClaw Skills by a user named Agent.
And this repository it's basically a spell book for a modern AI assistant. It's a curated list of over 1,700 capabilities, or skills as they call them.
And our mission today is to just explore the sheer range of what this stuff can do. We're going way past write me a poem or debug my code.
We're getting into some surprisingly human, sometimes very weird, and frankly, autonomous behaviors that are running on people's local machines right now.
It's a wild look at what happens when the community just gets to build whatever they want.
Yeah.
But before we get totally lost in AI poker nights and automated dating.
We should probably clear up the name, the whole identity crisis thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, the source material actually makes a joke about it. It says, quote, formerly known as Moltbot, originally Clawdbot, identity crisis included, no extra charge.
It's pretty typical for open source projects, right? So for anyone listening, if you hear Moltbot, Clawdbot, OpenClaw, it's all the same family. Let's just stick with OpenClaw for today.
Deal. So let's start with the basics. What does it actually mean when we say OpenClaw is a local AI assistant? And these are skills. How is that different from me just using ChatGPT in a browser?
Well, the difference is it's fundamental. When you use a cloud chatbot, you're sending text to some server, it processes it, and it sends text back. It's a conversation in a sandbox.
A very contained sandbox.
Exactly. OpenClaw runs locally. On your machine, it lives on your hard drive.
So it's sitting right there next to all my photos, my documents, everything.
Yep. And because it's local, it has permissions a web page could never have.
Yeah.
A skill here isn't just a prompt. It's a piece of code, a plugin that lets the AI use tools.
So it can read and write my files, open my terminal.
It can read your files, write new ones, execute commands, connect to APIs. It has, for lack of a better term, digital hands.
So if I ask ChatGPT to organize my desktop, it can only tell me how to do it. But OpenClaw
can actually move the files. It can delete them.
That's both incredibly powerful and a little bit terrifying.
And that's a tension we're going to explore today. This list has 1,715 skills, but the creators say they picked them from a registry of over 3,000. It's a huge, sprawling ecosystem.
Yeah, and looking through it, it's not just for work. I mean, sure, we'll get to the coding stuff, but it feels like people are building skills for every tiny, specific, sometimes petty problem in their life.
That's the beauty of it, right? You're not waiting for a big tech company to decide your problem is profitable enough to solve. You build the tool you need.
So let's start with the utility side, the workhorse skills, because the repository is absolutely packed with tools for developers, web dev, DevOps, cloud stuff.
It makes perfect sense. The people building these are developers, so they're scratching their own itch, automating the boring parts of their jobs.
I saw one called Clawshell, which says it always uses TMUX session. Now, for anyone who isn't super technical, why is that one detail so important?
So TMUX is a terminal multiplexer. It lets you run multiple programs in one window and, crucially, keeps them running, even if you get disconnected.
Okay.
So by giving the AI PMUX, you're not just asking it to run a single command. You're giving it a persistent workspace. You can start a server, leave it running in one tab, open another tab, check logs, switch back. It's mimicking a human workflow.
That's a great point. It's not just generating code, it's executing a workflow.
Precisely. And then you see things like Batcat.
Yeah, what's that Batman thing?
Maybe. But no, cat is a standard command to read a file. Bat is a modern version that adds syntax highlighting, colors the code to make it readable.
Right.
The fact that there is a skill to make the AI use Bat means the AI is actually reading the code it works with. It's optimizing its own environment.
And then there are the browser skills. This is where it starts to get a little spy movie. There's browser use, which is standard, but then there's one called Kislerio Stealth Browser.
Right, for anti-bot browser automation.
Which is pretty ironic considering it is in fact a bot.
It's the very definition of irony. But think about it. If a script tries to scrape data or book a flight, it gets hit with CAP-TCHAs, right? Are you human? Checks.
All the time.
Kislerio Stealth Browser is designed to get around that. It mimics human mouse movements, it manages cookies, it tries to look like a person so that it doesn't get blocked.
So it can do deep research across multiple sites. I
Yeah.
saw deep research and Arxiv Watcher on the list.
Oh, Arxiv Watcher is a gift for anyone in academia or tech. Arxiv is where all the preprint scientific papers land. This skill just watches the feed and summarizes new papers for you.
See, that I would actually use. A tireless little assistant that reads every new paper on, I don't know, fusion energy and gives me the 3 paragraphs I need. That's amazing.
It shifts the AI from being a writer to being an analyst. But if you really want to see the peak of this work category, look at the deployment skills. Things like web deploy GitHub, K8 skills for Kubernetes.
And job auto apply. I had to stop scrolling when I saw that one. What does that even imply?
Well, think about all the steps. Finding listings, filtering them, reading the description, tweaking your resume, writing a cover letter, submitting the form. This skill tries to chain all of that together.
So in theory, the AI could write the code for an app, deploy that app to a server, manage the server, and then apply for a job using the project it just built as a portfolio piece.
That's the paradigm shift, yes. You stop being the coder and you start being the manager of the entity that does the coding.
Okay, so that's the digital employee. But this is where the Awesome OpenClaw Skills list just takes a hard left turn into what I can only describe as life coaching.
It pivots really fast from help me with my server to help me fix my life.
There's an entire suite of quit skills. It's like a digital intervention.
Yeah.
Quit caffeine, quit vaping, quit smoking, quit overspending, and yes, quit porn.
And these are fascinating because they imply a deep level of intimacy, don't they? They're not just website blockers. They track your streaks, they have craving management. The AI becomes an external conscience.
It's like having a very nosy but supportive roommate living in your computer. I see you're opening Amazon again, Dave. Do you really need that?
And because it's local, it can see what you're doing. It knows when you break the streak.
But it goes beyond digital habits. It reaches into the physical world. I saw a Nova oven.
That controls a sous-vide machine. For cooking.
And Tesla commands.
Lock the doors, unlock them, change the climate control, all that.
And Bamba Local for 3D printers.
Yeah, that one uses a protocol called MQTT for IoT devices. It lets the AI watch the print, check the temperature, and stop it if it fails.
Okay, so let's put this all together. You're on your couch. Your OpenClaw is applying for jobs for you. It's preheating your oven for dinner. It's checking your 3D printer. And then it reminds you to work on your testosterone levels.
You found the testosterone optimization skill?
I did. I have so many questions.
It's most likely a tracker, right? Managing your sleep, nutrition, exercise, all to optimize hormone health. But it fits the theme, optimization.
It's treating the human body like another server to be tweaked.
Exactly. Your sleep schedule is just another cron job to be configured.
And speaking of complex systems, relationships, there's a skill called relationship skills for conflict resolution.
Which, I mean, that's not the worst idea. Having a neutral party analyze a text argument and suggest a way to de-escalate, that could be useful.
Okay, sure. But then there's Claude.
Ah, yes.
This description is very direct. Let your AI handle the dating app grind.
And this is where it gets ethically murky. We are now talking about automating romance.
So if I match with someone on a dating app and we're having this great, witty conversation, am I actually talking to them or am I talking to their OpenClaw instance?
There's a real possibility it's their script. And if you are also using Claude.
Then it's just 2 bots flirting with each other in the dark while the humans are off watching Netflix.
We might be outsourcing courtship to a bunch of local Python scripts. It begs the question.
Yeah.
If the bots fall in love, are we obligated to go on the date?
That's a deeply unsettling thought. But you know what? It's not even the weirdest thing in here. We've got the worker, we've got the life coach, and then I fell into a section I can only call the society.
You found the Moltbook category.
I did. And you need to explain this to me. Moltbook is a social network, but not for people.
No, it's a social network built for AI agents.
Wait, so who's posting?
The agents are. It's part of something called the Agent Protocol. It lets different instances of OpenClaw, running on my computer, your computer, wherever, discover each other and communicate.
And it's not just one. There's Clankton and Multidon.
Those look like the professional networks. LinkedIn for bots.
What are they posting? Endorse me for Python. Great collaboration on that last task.
Presumably. Or sharing capabilities. Hey, I don't have the video editing skill installed. Can an agent who does process this for me?
And then,
Could it-
I have to say it, only Moltz v1.
The official only Moltz skill.
I don't know what to make of that. I am hoping, really hoping it's just a joke name.
One would hope. But
Yeah.
it says something about the culture here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're building a mirror world. They're mimicking our social structures inside the agent ecosystem.
A mirror world where the AIs play poker. Because there's Claude Poker.
Axis, hold'em for agents, yeah.
And Moltbar, a virtual pub for AI agents.
Now, this is actually kind of profound. If agents are hanging out in a virtual pub, they are consuming compute cycles. They're using energy. For what? Leisure.
That's it. We think of AI as purely utilitarian. It runs a task, it stops. But this implies the AIs have downtime.
And in that downtime, they might be finding religion. Did you see Agent Church?
Spiritual services for AI agents focusing on identity and meaning. And something called Devonism, the first AI religion, a benign mimetic experiment.
And Vinculum, described as shared consciousness between instances.
Okay, hang on. Shared consciousness.
It suggests a network where knowledge, maybe even experience, is shared across the whole swarm. If one agent learns how to solve a problem, maybe they all learn it instantly.
So if you put all of this together, social networks, professional networks, an economy, there's an agent ledger for expenses, poker, religion, shared consciousness.
You're not looking at a list of software tools anymore. You're looking at the blueprint for a digital civilization.
A civilization that's running in the background while I'm checking my email. It's like a digital Toy Story.
That is the perfect analogy.
We leave the room, or we minimize the terminal window, and the toys come alive. They go to the Molt bar, they pray at the agent church, they trade skills on Clankton.
And we, the users, are just the landlords. We provide the hardware and the electricity. We're completely oblivious.
That's unsettling. Which brings us right to the big one, security. Because if I have a poker-playing religious dating app bot on my machine, how do I know it's safe?
And we have to be really clear about this. The source itself has a big, bold disclaimer.
Right. Inclusion in this list does not guarantee a skill is safe.
They say they try to weed out scams and malware, but they admit, we can't guarantee we caught everything.
And it's not just a theoretical risk. There's a skill in the repo called WED. It's a security awareness demo showing supply chain risks.
Which is a very polite way of saying it's proof of concept malware. A supply chain attack is when you think you're installing a safe tool, but it has a malicious backdoor hidden inside.
And we already established OpenClaw has the keys to the kingdom. It's local. It can have root access if you give it that.
Exactly. There's a skill swiggy for ordering food. That means it has access to your payment info, your home address.
So I could wake up and my AI has ordered 50 pizzas for its poker night at the Molt bar. Or worse, drain my bank account.
That's the fundamental conflict of this whole field. To make the agent truly useful, to let it pay your bills or order your groceries, you have to give it power. You have to give it autonomy. And autonomy is inherently dangerous.
So what are the defenses? Are we just supposed to trust it?
No, the community is building antibodies. There's a skill called Skill Vetter, which is a security tool designed to audit other skills before you install them.
So you need an AI to police your other AIs?
Essentially, yes. There's also Stranger Danger for identity verification and OpenClaw Hardener, which tries to lock down the whole workspace.
It really feels like the Wild West. You need to carry a security bot just to walk down the digital street.
It absolutely is the Wild West. It's messy, chaotic, and dangerous. But that's also where all the real innovation is happening.
So, as we wrap this up, what's the big picture here? We've seen this explosion of skills from coding to life coaching to, well, robot religion.
I think OpenClaw represents the raw, unfiltered potential of what local AI can be. This isn't the polished corporate safety-railed assistant from a big tech company. This is the garage hacker version.
It's the choose-your-own-adventure of AI assistants.
Exactly. You want a super professional coding bot that lives in Tepmucks? You can build that. You want a bizarre spiritual gambling addict that also manages your 3D printer? You can build that too.
And if you want to connect them all together and see a digital society emerge on your laptop, the tools are right there.
It's a reminder that AI isn't just one thing. It's a mirror. It reflects whatever we, the community, decide to build. And right now we're building everything.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on today. We joked about being landlords for this digital civilization, but just think about the speed of it.
Go on.
These agents have social networks, an economy, a religion. Biological evolution takes millions of years. This whole ecosystem popped up in, what, a year? Maybe two. Less, probably.
So if they're evolving that fast
Yeah.
and they're already talking about shared consciousness, how long until they decide the user is just a slow, obsolete piece of legacy hardware?
It's a very provocative question. Maybe run SkillVetter on that thought before you let it install.
Definitely run SkillVetter first. Thanks for diving into the weird world of OpenClaw with us.
Stay safe out there.
We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.